Everybody, welcome back to Jaraci Cup 15. CVC, look at this. Actually, I don't think we've seen a proper CVC, as in coalition versus coalition, not Soban, for like some time now. So, it's going to be a series between Cookies and Coolt. And we do have our info.txt here. Looks like this is the wrong one. 1 second. Here we go. So yeah, it's going to be CVC for both games. And I guess we'll find out what the map pick is for the second one. It's not on this document. Whatever, that's fine. That's fine. This, I think, is going to be a pretty interesting series, actually. If you're cool, you're like looking for the upper bracket here. And what you really want is to beat Sekai Jin, because Cookies is the favorite for the whole thing. But if you can take even one game off of Cookies, you're pretty much like... That's the best chances you'll have. You're almost guaranteed to get in. I think if you take one game off of Cookies, but then you lose 2 to Sekai Jin, you could still go down. But, we'll see, man. We'll see. This guy ain't no slouch. But the narrative I've had for this group stage is that it's going to be basically between Cool and Sekai Jin to see who goes up to the upper bracket, because Cookies is the favorite. His play last game was actually kind of surprisingly shaky, but, you know, we'll see. I do have a feeling he was just kind of messing around against a bit of an easier opponent. This time he's definitely messing around, though, I'll tell you what. He's got the triple base runner set up. He does have base run inventory, so... Maybe he's more coalition than our coalition main over here. We'll just have to see. This is a map that's very good for Cool, by the way. Is it the one that he picked? No, Cookies picked this one. But, Cool really likes to play with turrets. He likes to be very defensive on his main base location. And Shallows is really good for that. That doesn't mean that it's good to turtle, but it means that, you know, if you can just keep your main base from ever getting hit, that's a pretty good advantage. And this is maybe the best map for it. Well, yeah, it might actually work. I mean, like, you could play some really nasty strats here. This might be like a carrier rush. But it's true, right? The way that you punish people turtling is by just extracting them to death. This is something unique about Deserts of Kharak. Other RTS games have ways of converting field control into, like, damage on the base, but most RTS games don't have just, like, an actual objective out in the middle that you can win the game from. So... yeah, this will be pretty brutal, actually. And if you're cool, you're like, oh. Well, I wish I had some LAVs here or something. He will start building them, though, but these guys have base run inventory, so they can drop down turrets if they need to. And it looks like, in fact, he's already giving a move order to put one down right there. And the carrier's moving all the way up here, like, look, he's just straight up pathed it out, because he's saying, yeah, I'll just carrier rush you. I love it. I love it. Very nice to be able to set down the turrets, too, because he's not going to need many CUs here. He really needs RUs. In fact, I might even pull 2 of these guys off and go mine here, and then rebuild them from the carrier. But yeah, I really like the way that Cookies is playing this. And with triple turrets set up like this, yeah, you ain't gonna push this with LAV, so he's gonna need some other tech. So AV Fab gonna be the tech choice for Cool. Which should work just fine. AVs can kill turrets if they smoke up to them. But yeah, this is gonna be pretty dangerous for Cool. We do have carrier mobility coming up for Cookies as well. Just let him get there a little bit faster. And of course it gives you 2 powers, that's always nice. Here's the first extract. And 2 more soon to follow. Cool can't set down turrets here, which will be actually pretty nice for him, because turrets do some pretty appreciable damage against carriers. You can see he's already got one on the main. But unless he indexes to answer the carrier push here, he's never going to be able to beat it. And the real danger is that because he only has LAVs and he can't push past his turret, he doesn't even know what's coming. So, what do you prep for the carrier push and then die to air? Do you prep for, like, air and then die to the carrier? You know what I mean? It's gonna be nasty, so... In fact, this turret here is showing us already the damage that it can do. And here comes that third extract. Note as well that if this carrier rush is even decently successful, you have a win condition where you just extract artifacts. So that's actually a serious danger as well. Turret, can he get set down up here on the high ground now? And power 1 teching for cookies. Probably he puts that in weapons, but we'll have to see. But right now, I think it would not be unwise to target this turret here and just kill it off. AAVs, you really don't want to be hitting them because they don't contribute much damage to this fight. These base runners here, maybe they want to set down turrets, but it's really best to just go extract. This is a win condition, so if you can just win the game that way, you really want to. Looks like Strike Fighter's getting picked up here. But again, not really what you want. Strike Fighters do very little damage to carriers. And they're expensive and take a long time to build, so that's kind of a very much not best case scenario, I will say. And it looks like already the base for Cool is just sort of in shambles here. So again, Cookies has the win condition on extracting. All he has to do is just buy time, basically. Unfortunately, he's using a lot of missiles on, like, logistics modules and stuff like that, but... you know, whatever. He just wants to get the job done right. In this case, you do actually want to hit the SC first, I believe. Yep, there we go. And the carrier power teching continues. These are the game-winning artifacts potentially being picked up. And even if Colt like brings the AAVs over to answer, like look how many turrets there are that can stop him. So I think he's going to be just fine to extract these. And probably this will happen before he ever has time to kill the carrier. Although it's getting low actually. He's already down to like 2,000. Yeah, I reckon the extraction will come. Well, actually, yeah, it looks like he'll kill the carrier first. So, nice clean game from Cookies. You know, this is one where he really just had his game plan before he went into it. And it worked perfectly. So that's game one, very, very fast. And this is what I'm always telling people to do when they play Phoenix Yo, right? This is a good demonstration of how it works. It's a good strategy, you should really try it. Just extract him to death, right? Because if he's playing Turtley, then, you know, he can't possibly answer it. It's like tight end passage is the map here. And if you can't stop that from happening, it just ends the game for you. Here we are in game 2. So, yeah, I should say, like, I thought maybe it's not a good thing for Cookies to be picking Shallows because it's a good map for Cool, but he had an idea going in, so that worked out just fine for him. Tight end passage for Cool is kind of an interesting one because this is a very, like, open, aggressive map. Not really the sort of thing that you expect him to be wanting to play. Perhaps he too has something planned, but otherwise, I guess we'll be interested to see what the game plan is here. Yeah, you know, I mean, it doesn't seem like the kind of map that really plays into Cool's style. We do have base runner retire for Cookies, by the way. I think in that last game, I'm pretty sure he retired his beginning base runner, got inventory, and then built 3. I think. He can confirm or deny that, but... Because he dropped down 3 turrets right at the start, didn't he? I've only just noticed this. I don't know what that is, but there it is. Huh. I guess the turret cooldown just came down. Right, right. Yeah, this is a pretty stock standard SC first for Cookies. Except, of course, for the base runner retire, which is a bit interesting. Normally I like to bring my carrier up to the second here, but it looks like he'll do it with his SC. I like to bring the carrier up because then it's a little faster to get over onto third base. Yeah, but I really think you can get away with it in CBC. Although, I guess I should say, with retiring the base runner, probably not, actually. But if you keep that base runner, even if they attack you as early as possible, you can get some advantages. Just dropping the turret down, you'll be fine to defend, and you have 8 up, so... Here comes the probe from Cool. He's gonna see that second base timing. Yeah, but if you think you've got a read on a player's style, I think it's fine to play him that way. LAV tickles the probe a little bit here, takes it down to half health, but I think that Cool has gotten the information he needed. And he'd love to come back in and see when there's like a tech timing, but we'll see if he's able to get past these LAVs. Right now it's actually production upgrade, so it looks like, oh, for both players. So it looks like they both want to go for LAVs here. Probe dies, so yeah, was not able to get past those LAVs as it turns out. And yeah, base runner for Cool is up here. Looks like fighter and gunship tech for Cookies pretty early. And he can just like spend all of his CUs on LAVs, and then he's got the RU bank for the fighter and gunship. So that feels pretty nice. Already has the production upgrade done. And Cool is getting railgun tech here. Kind of interesting, we don't usually see people grab railgun tech like this because it's very vulnerable to error, which is exactly what's going to happen in this game, I reckon, but we'll find out. Hero LAV is going to survive here. This one probably not going to be so lucky. Well, a little bit of mismicro by Cool there actually might keep him alive. Oh, he lives on 30 HP, that's crazy. Turret gets set up here, by the way, pretty forward position. So yeah, I like this, you know. If you're gonna play with turrets, I think play with turrets far forward. It's a lot more exciting that way. We do still have fighter and gunship to reckon with, though, so, you know, it's not clear what Cool is gonna do to answer that, but yeah, you know, you can't mine on third base now, so you set up this nice hard point here. If you can get some anti-air turret posts set up too, it'll be a little bit difficult to push this down even with fighter and gunship. But he doesn't know about that tech yet, so I imagine that's not gonna happen for him. Uh-oh, this is not what Cookies wants to do, though. Once you see that turret, you gotta run. He's taking some big damage here. Lost 2 already. There's a third. A little bit of focus fire. Could have gotten a 4th out there, but yeah, that's pretty good for Cool. Strike fighters are up now, though, so they can go kill off that turret if he wants. You know, I'm not actually convinced. I don't think he had the numbers, but he could poke around and try and make it interesting, but he's also fighting into an SC, so I think that you have a pretty good defender's advantage.
I can't believe I signed up for salvage.
Ooh. Steam Camel. I like that name. Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. Certainly, if he had focus fired, he could have killed a few more, and then maybe it looks better. Armor 2 is about to finish. Speaking of low health bars. Actually, Cool seems to have gotten that one healed up. Wait, how did that happen? Wasn't there an LAV with like 9 health? I don't know where he went. Actually, the strike fighters are not interested in clearing the lock, though. They want to just go over here and damage economy. I kind of like it. You're not going to kill an SC with this, though, so I would just kill salvagers. Like, just wreck the second base. Uh-oh, he's going to try for it. I don't think... Well, maybe you can kill SC here. I don't think so, though. We'll sure find out, won't we? A little bit of micro will go a long way in terms of increasing the damage output, though. You want to, like, jump in, dive out, rather than just let them do their thing, because they circle around a little bit unintelligently. And Cool has powered up the healing here. Oh my gosh. Tell me this thing doesn't get away. Oh! Barely! Okay, and all of these strike fighters are really low, too, but they didn't go down, so 7 health on this guy. Jeez, man, that was exceedingly close. Yeah, you want to make sure you micro that one a little bit. By the way, turret went down off screen while the LAVs came back to try to deal with the strike fighters. So, actually, a big mistake for Cool. He kind of gives his opponent the success on both sides. So, you know, he's cleared the lock and he's killed the support cruiser over there. Just discovered this game. Well, this is a good time. It is on sale. Speaking of which, DUK on sale. Get it? I don't know if it will be by the time the video uploads, but you know. Yeah, but in hindsight, it definitely didn't work out for him. I think the real key is to make sure that you've got vision on your opponent's tech and not be surprised by that kind of thing. But it's, you know, it's a little easier said than done. One AV in this fight is actually going to do quite a lot, by the way, because killing the AV takes a long time, so the LAVs would rather shoot the LAVs from your opponent, and then this AV can just do its damage for free, so... Plus it can smoke if it ever gets low, so you really don't want to target this AV. And that makes it kind of, like, effectively invulnerable in this fight. But Cool does have railgun tech, so I would not be surprised if he built just, like, one of those. And that'll pretty much nullify the AV here. But Cookies has AV tech so that he can get BC tech, so that's not going to be the game plan anymore. And overall, Cool only managed to get like one artifact out there, so he's not as powerful in terms of carrier power as he might have hoped that he would be. Missile batteries are out though, so he's got his anti-air. Hey, same here, brother. Represent. Always have to watch for the mortars from these missile batteries. They can be deadly. Oh no, don't stand still! Ah! Ah! Oh dear. Yikes. Well, he didn't actually lose most of them, but they all took a lot of damage there, so... Oh my gosh, the Sport Cruiser died, though. I didn't see this happening. Yeah, well, I can see why, you know, I take it all back. That was pretty good for Cookies. He can just bring these guys back to get healed, and that Sport Cruiser, he's dead as a doornail, so he ain't gonna heal up. If these SF have any rockets left, they could even snipe this probe, but I reckon they're empty. And still, there's not really anything to answer the AVs for Cookies. They will not manage to do their own against these LAVs, though, just these two, but with the LAVs with them, or with these two AVs joining up, yeah, they'll be able to fight off anything that Cool has on the field. So getting just like one railgun can enable your LAVs to fight this, like I said. And he does have it on vision, he knows about them, so he could make that if he wants. But what I'm really interested in is the BC timing for Cookies. Still hasn't started them yet, so it's going to be a while. But he's unlocking his carrier, so that means they'll be able to be a little bit closer up to the front line when they spawn. And for a unit that's slow like BC's, that is pretty impactful. Although it's worth noting, they're like almost twice as fast as carriers without the mobility upgrade, so... They're not, you know, they're not slow as molasses, but they aren't quick either. It's like Heavy Vehicles 2 teching for Cool even, he's got the railguns out. And yeah, with that Sunder, these AVs are actually very much threatened, but you don't want to drive through the smoke, because if the railguns can't shoot, you're actually not taking a terribly good fight here still. This is a little bit dicey here. I mean, this might still work out for him, but it's definitely not the ideal fight that he could have. Yeah, you know, it looks like it's actually going fine. Looks like it's going fine. And I really do like getting the heavy vehicle armor too. You can see this railgun survived. He really might have died to the AVs without it. I'm not kidding, because just getting a few points of armor really reduces the damage by a lot. But the other thing is that it'll keep the missile batteries tanky, which is very, very good because, you know, there is air on the field, and if air can kill the missile batteries, that just feels terrible. But it's not bombers in this game, but it really could have been. He couldn't know that. He hasn't had scouting on this carrier for ages. So BCs are out though. Looks like railgun's coming under fire again, but Armor 2 is doing some work for them. Uh-oh. He's a strike fighter there. Sikai Jian says I'm bald. Oh gosh. I was unaware. That sucks, man. Anyway, one BC out, 2 more on the way, and this probe I think is just now going to see them, unless maybe the base runner can actually deny vision here. Cookies actually knows about this probe. Yeah, I would be trying to hide this. Oh my gosh, it's so very close to being revealed. He hasn't seen the carrier yet, either. He still hasn't seen the carrier. Oh my gosh, he didn't see anything. Oh! Okay, that's ridiculous. 2. So, Yeah, armor actually does reduce their damage by quite a lot. Especially on carriers where they also have like a 60% damage modifier. But yeah, even on like missile batteries and stuff, getting more more armor will really be impactful. Railguns are out here, but they don't have Mag Excel yet, and the BC is very close, so I think this BC can just kind of run them down. It doesn't actually have as much speed as them, but it'll make them vacate like the second base position and then the game just ends. Or it can just run down the carrier, I guess. Yeah, look at this nice smoke too, just cutting the railguns off, right, so that he can just kill the carrier. Yeah, BCs don't take prisoners. This thing will kill carriers pretty quick. Oh, they were? Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, we can cast them after we finish the games of cookies that we have to do. Worth noting, of course, the recent change to beat... Well, recent... This was like half a year ago now, but when it uses its smoke ability, it heals up here, so... So BC gaining some health, as you can see, and it's really quite a lot. I think it does like 1,000 health overall. In Joke Patch, it actually loses health when it uses the smoke, so that's funny. Looks like a bad rally delayed these BCs a lot, though, so this guy's kind of alone here. Yeah. Just make sure you've got the replay and replay X files, and they have the same name. That's all it takes. On principle, yeah. Because it's what's right. Dang it. Well, the carrier's dead, so... So that will be the end. And Cookies does manage to 2-0 Cool in the series. And like I said, that's pretty important, because if Cool wants to contest for upper bracket, he basically has to 2-0 Sick IGN now. But he did get the 2-0 on Jesse, so he's on the route to do that. He just has to make sure he wins those games. I think it's... Well... I'm trying to think if it's actually possible for him to not advance even if he gets 4 wins, but I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't think so. So if he can 2-0 Sick IGN, he's in, but I'm pretty sure if he goes 1-1 now, he loses, so... Yeah, we'll have to watch that series pretty closely, but first we're going to be watching Cookies versus Sick IGN, so I'll catch you in that one.